Hi guys, if you do not know me, my name is Mr. Park. I am one of the other Algebra 1 teachers. You just saw Mr. Albert in the first part of linear equations and beyond, or as we would call it, the multi-step equations part 1. I am now taking over for part 2, and you guys will continue to see just every Algebra 1 teacher out there until we get word about new content. So until then, I will be taking care of the second part here. So this first warm-up is what I call digital housekeeping. This is just a quick sort of tidbit for those of you who just need a bit of a reminder or some assistance on this whole hyperdoc online learning where it's not what you're used to at all, which makes sense. We're all learning, we're figuring things out as it goes. Just make sure you're staying safe at home, practicing social distancing. So for the warm-up here, first thing I want to talk about is the formatting of hyperdocs. You'll notice that Mr. Albert and I may have slightly different variations in how we do it. Depending on your teacher, they may cater it to you guys, but just a heads up, it may look a little bit different. For part 2 of multi-step equations, you'll see that we have split it up where it's day 1, and if you scroll down to the bottom, it's going to be day 2. And everything should be split up where you're spending roughly around 30 minutes each day on Algebra 1 here. So you can see in day 1, there's a warm-up, which we're doing right now. There'll be a lesson, there'll be practice, and then there's the extension should you finish before the 30-minute time frame. Same thing for day 2. Notice there's no warm-up though, go straight to the lesson. There's a practice, and then important is that there's an exit ticket and a reflection. Mr. Albert did a great job explaining the importance of reflection, so I do support him in that, and I hope that you will take that seriously as well. Moving on, the second point I want to make out is about video playback speed. So this video you'll be seeing should be on YouTube. And in case you're someone like me who likes to hear things a bit more quickly, you can change the setting of the speed so that it's at times 1.5 speed, times 2 speed, whatever speed you need it to be. If you need to pause, slow it down, use it as you see fit. Fun fact, I watch most of my videos on YouTube at times 2 speed just to get through it a little bit more quickly. So maybe that's why I talk a little too fast. My kids know that as well, so I apologize for that. Additionally, if you want to use your phone as the vehicle through which you watch the videos, that would be a great idea as well, also to get you off of Instagram, TikTok, all that shenanigans there. Last but not least, this is more directed to Ms. Dowd's students and also to my students. Both our classes have been using OneNote for the majority of the school year, and now with school being closed and that we have to go online, this actually helps us out tremendously. So Ms. Dowd's kids and my kids, please be on the lookout when we start doing new content of us going back to OneNote. For the sake of all the Algebra 1 teachers, we're going to keep it simple with the hyperdocs for now, but again, just keep your eyes out. And again, you can use OneNote as scratch paper. So let me just pull my OneNote up here. I'm going to blank out all my students on this side just for privacy's sake. But if you go to the top here on yours is going to look a little bit different than mine, but it should still be very similar. You can see that, hey, this is Mr. Park's personal notebook. If you click it, it's completely blank. You should see somewhere to add a page. And now when I go to draw, I can easily make this my scratch page. This is my personal desktop at home, which I don't have touchscreen capability, but you guys with Chromebooks, this is very, very useful for scratch paper to go rely on. So be comfortable with that. Again, we're not ditching OneNote completely. But just keep that in mind, that is an option. For those guys who are in Mr. Albert's class, Mr. Atkins, or potentially Mr. Algerani's class, keep an eye out of maybe using this platform at some point. Algebra 1 teachers are still discussing maybe a potential for using this platform. So going back here, again, just keep an eye out for all this stuff, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the lesson.